Giannis, they kind of made that run to kind of get back in the game. They got within 8 late. What did you see maybe individually where you thought you might be able to kind of impose your will and kind of keep them at arm's length down the stretch?
Tell me, what situation you're talking about in the third quarter?
Quarter? So they tied it in the third, and then fourth quarter, I think they got within 8 late. So a couple possessions, but you had a couple baskets, a couple free throw opportunities. Just kind of what did you see maybe in those stretches to keep them from truly getting back over the hump?
I was just trying to be aggressive, trying to make the right play. Did not have the ball, a lot in my hand. Down the stretch, they was operating, and they were just making it tough for him in the pick and roll. The guys were up, or they were switching up, or they were kind of double teaming him. But I knew, playing the weak side, they're gonna a little bit forget about me. Try to, get downhill, be aggressive, make a play for myself, or make a play for my teammate. And he worked out.
Third quarter, Andre had a stretch, couple offensive rebounds. He set a screen for PC that led to an open three. Yes. So he didn't fill up the box score, so to speak, but those plays contributed to an 11-0 run. What did you see from Adrien in that moment?
This game, the previous game, the game we played at home against which game I got injected? The Pistons. That game, Indiana game, he brings good energy. He gives the team good minutes, and we need him to keep on doing that. He had a big three, corner three. Then he had the floater from the free throw line. Then he had the screen that he set for PC. Then he had a couple amazing defense. Then he had a couple bucks out that he cracked and pursue. He's just playing hard. He's just coming in, giving us some good energy, playing hard, trying to do whatever he can do the dirty work. And sometimes when he's wide open, he's knocking down the shot. So we need him to keep on doing that. He's been giving, as I said, the last 3-4 games that he played great minutes. So hopefully, he can still have the opportunity to come in and help the team be great. I love his energy. I love it.
Obviously, Jay's going to have surgery, be out for about 8 weeks. You just talked about Andre, but can you speak a little bit to what it's going to mean to not have Jay out there on the floor with you guys with the start of the season that he's had, and then kind of the opportunity for both Andre and Marjan?
Let's talk about Jay. Obviously, it's going to be hard not to have him. His presence is very important to the team. He's extremely vocal. Helps everybody be in the right position. Encourage everybody, motivates everybody. At the same time, we've had a great start of the season, spacing up the floor for us, being great defensively, making great plays offensively. So it's definitely going to be missed. But again, talk to him a little bit. Wish him fast recovery. Everything. I hope everything went well, and we're gonna miss him. We're gonna see him in 8 weeks. He's gonna be back soon. Now, talking about the opportunity that Marjan and Andre is gonna get, I think it's very important to kind of step up, do what they do, bring good energy, make good plays for the team. Now, obviously, in no shape or form we gonna want them to fill Jay's shoes. We just want them to be themselves, and being Marjan and being Andre, it's enough. They're gonna help our team tremendously, and I'm happy that both of these guys, because they work extremely hard, that they will get the opportunity to be out there, get minutes, and do what they do. So I'm definitely excited for them.
I think it was 19 points for Bobby tonight. It feels like there's been a lot of times this year where maybe you guys get off to a slow start, and then you and him are out there on the floor together at the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter, whatever it may be, and Bobby's kind of bringing that. Just what do you see from him in that role? He's really taking to it here in Milwaukee. We're going on year 4 of him kind of filling that role.
It's Bobby's being Bobby, and we need Bobby to be aggressive. to play in the post, to be tough defensively. I'm happy for him because he was able to get his shot going today. We need him to knock down shot. We need him to space the floor for us. I think like early in the season, it's been hard for him to kind of find a spot, and I've been trying to help him as much as I can to kind of get him open, to find open looks for him to knock down shots because we need him to space the floor for us because that's what he does. But at the end of the day, he's going to do all of the dirty work. He's going to crash the board, get offensive rebound, be a threat in the post. But at the same time, we need him to be a threat from the three-point line, which today he was, I think he knocked down his first threes, if I'm not mistaken. But at the end of the day, the scoring that he brings off the bench is big for us. Maybe we're going to need him to keep doing that.
10 games in, you guys got a lot of newness, obviously, to the team, new coach, new players and such. Like, do you feel like you're starting to get a sense, like a feel of this team, or kind of where are you in the process of, like, figuring out just kind of the identity and such for this team?
Yeah, I think we're still trying to figure out, not who we are, who we are trying to be out there, defensively, offensively. But you can see it too, like, Indiana and Orlando, like, that was in us. And today, defensively, we were better. So, like, it's, some games we are going to be on and some games we're not going to be on. So, I think as a team, we still try to figure out what works. Mr. Dave, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Dave? Good. Trying to figure out what works for us. Try to find our identity. Like game 1 and game 5 and game 10, for me that I've been here for 11 years, it doesn't look the same to me. I don't know if it looks the same to you guys. But at the end of the day, one thing I know for sure is that we gotta get better. We are not even close I believe in what we can really do as a team. We have to get better. We have to keep on working on ourselves, keep on watching film, keep on trusting our game plan, keep on guarding, keep on helping one another defensively. Offensively, we gotta know our spots. We gotta know what plays work for us and what doesn't really work for us. Down the stretch, we gotta know who gets the ball, who operates with the ball. Like for example, in the first quarter, one thing that we know for sure is that whenever Bobby comes in, he's aggressive. Like we gotta get him going. Cam, when Cam comes in, he pick up the pace for us. Like the pace all of a sudden becomes faster. Like slowly, we're gonna try to figure out as a team what works and what doesn't work. And it's gonna be a process. It's only game 10. We have 72 more games plus playoffs, and hopefully we are where we want to be at the end of the season. But right now, in my opinion, and I might be wrong, I don't really think we are figuring out who we really are right now. But it's okay. It's nothing bad. It's nothing. I don't think we should panic yet. If I had the same feeling in game 72, yeah, I'll maybe panic a little bit. But no, slowly, we're going to keep on figuring out how to play together and how to win games together and how to be efficient.
Giannis, Chris often jokes that he wants you to save some records for him. And he said but he did pass Michael Redd. He's number 5 all time. You've been with him for 11 years. You've seen this happen. What does that mean? Or what does it mean to you that he's at that level and he can pass a few more guys, maybe if this season goes well, but to see him do this with you, with this organization?
It's incredible. It's incredible from where we started and where we are right now. It's been a great journey, and I've been with this guy for 11 years. And I don't think anybody expected to be in this position that we are today, And he's number 5 now, number 4. Number 5, he's probably going to be number 2. I don't know if he's going to be number 1. And I'm chasing him too. I'm trying to get the 3-point record made. He's number 1, right? Yeah. I might not be number one, but I might be number two. Who knows? After a lot of years if I play. But no, I'm happy for him. He totally deserves it. But we have a lot of work to do. I know when he's done with his career, he's going to be probably up there in all of the statistical categories, from threes, points, minutes played, game played, steals, assists. Like he's going to be for sure up there. And I'm happy for him because I've been by his side for 11 years and for many more years to come. And it's something that I think is going to connect us for the rest of our lives. When we're done playing, we can both see our names up there and remember the journey that we had together.
Hey, Giannis. Just curious, when you see young players like Dre and Marjan, do you ever think back to your time in the league as a rookie in your second year and think back to lessons you learned back then and now as with your veteran knowledge and whatnot, pass things along to them?
Yeah, I kind of, when I look at them, obviously, how old is under 22? Yeah, it's different. It's different because when I was 22, I was leading this team to the playoffs. So the way I think, and I'm like, I know, like I'm how you call it? I'm an old soul. I think like older than what I actually am, even when I was 18 years old. But what I remember is how important, to give that positive, I think it's called affirmation to your teammate, that they're doing a good job. For me back then, that was important, because I was trying to figure out who I was as a player. I was just trying to, do everything right and just play hard. And I remember whenever like Larry Sanders or John Henson came to me, pulled me in the side and told me, hey, man, good job tonight. Like, it meant a lot to me, So I try to do that as much as I can to the young players. But at the end of the day, both of them, they just like, they cannot lose. Like, the attitude they have, they cannot lose. They work extremely hard, when nobody's here, when the lights are not on in the practice facility. When they get in the work in, they work extremely hard. When they go out there and have the opportunity, they play extremely hard. They're extremely coachable, both of those guys. So it's no matter of time for them to blossom into the players that they're going to be. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for them. And I definitely remember myself. I don't know, like they're way more ahead of me, as a rookie, as a sophomore, like when I was a rookie. If I saw myself at 18, I don't know if I would have drafted myself. I don't know if I would have put myself in the game. But it's the same thing. I had the same mentality. I wanted to work. I was coachable, and I was willing to, sacrifice and do whatever it took for me to help the team win. Which both of those guys, and not just those guys, and Chris, and Lindell, and AJ, and all the other guys do for us.
Coach Adrien Griffin had a really good press conference. He talked about a couple of things, managing expectations he thought was really difficult. He said you guys are dealing with a lot that you're not talking about publicly. And then he said there's like a dark cloud around this team. He was surprised that guys in the locker room were saying we should have won by 20 or 30. I don't know who's saying that, but how do some of the leaders and the veterans need to help him manage the expectations and help him through this, or is that primarily his role as coach, that he deals with all the personalities?
I think the politically correct answer here is to say he's the coach. He's going to, figure out and do what he's supposed to do, and I'm the player, and I just got to figure out there on the court. But at the end of the day, I think being 28 now and being 11 years in the league, I feel like it's a partnership. If I see something that I can help him and make his job easier, I say it, and we've had a lot of conversations, not just with me, with everybody. Like, he has this open door policy that you can just walk into his office and, just sit down and have a conversation about whatever is going on in the game, and shoot around in practices. So that's really good, you know. But at the end of the day, like you, it's as a head coach, he's coached 10 games, you know, and he's trying to figure out what our strengths are as a team, offensively and defensively. He's trying to figure out individually what we can do because he played against us, but it's different playing against us and it's different seeing us every single day, and seeing what Bob is really good at, what Brooke is really good at, what Chris is really good at, and then you gotta kind of manage and put them in a position to be successful, each of them, as much as you can, as a coach. But at the end of the day, I feel like for 10 games right now, with all the expectations that we have as a team, all of a sudden, everybody cares about the Milwaukee Bucks. I think he's doing a good job. We got to keep on staying humble, keep on staying hungry, going out there, try to, win games. And I know, like, coach is getting better each game. We are trying to get better each game. But at the end of the day, as I said, this is a partnership. It goes back and forth. I don't think in every team in the NBA that's the case. But for sure here, Griff is definitely has been a partnership with everybody, not just me, with every single player.